Okay,
40,
there we go.
42, 42 repositories.
Yes. So these are not everything that he's ever done, but these are the most recent things that we've already completed, right? So an AI chatbot for economics tutor, right?
Okay.
A proposal system that generates proposals in a cutting edge tool that automates the entire sales process from generating tailored proposals to AI securing signatures and payments, right? So that way, when you're working with a client and you can close them on the call, everything is handled. The proposal, they can sign, pay everything before y'all ever hang up. Now, he built that agent. He built an agent that does Google Maps scraping. There was a client for real estate that was looking for that. And so he built out a complete agent that scrapes Google Maps for whatever you need it to be scraped for. He built out a high-level generation automation tool. This one automates lead generation from Google Maps, allows you to collect up to 1,000 leads in just a few minutes. Simply set the criteria. Google Sheets in the tool will gather data, save it to a sheet, and send personalized emails with that information.
Is this the guy I sent you the YouTube on that had already prepared a bunch of agents?
No, this is my business partner.
Which business partner is this?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Okay. And
the one I have the contract with, everything we do, we're 50-50 partners on. So
Jeremy,
these are the agents that we already.
Remind me when we talked on the phone, what did we talk about? When I talked with Jeremy.
Have experience and have built for clients, right?
You cut out, so you got to start back over. Your audio is.
What'd you say? I lost. Say what you said? Remind me what?
Remind me when he and I were on the phone. What did we talk about?
Mainly about Mentor Up and about the platform that you were doing. And
well, this is the guy. This is the guy that's 25 years old. That's into the brain computer.
Yes, he's also a lawyer in artificial intelligence and a software developer and a full stack developer and a blockchain architect.
Okay, all right. And he's also developing these agents.
This is why we signed a contract. So we have a business together, 50-50 already completely signed, sealed, delivered. And these are the agents. These are some of the agents that we already have for clients, have built out, and can build more like this. And then here's a closed deal. Now here's another one, Redfin Real Estate Scraper, right? So this one takes Redfin Real Estate. It's a tool that automatically collects, organizes, and updates real estate data.
Okay.
From Redfin, saving it to Google. This one was $50,000. The client did a $50,000 investment. LinkedIn profile search engine. It's a synthetic employee. This one is trained to research and sort LinkedIn profiles based on defined words with the ability to export results to Google Sheets for precise targeting of specific audience, right? So here's how this agent or synthetic employee, whichever one you want to call it, will be able to go in and scrape leads. And the good thing about each one of these is they all could be put into one super agent, right? Because the synthetic employee that you build out, it's built upon whatever qualifications, but because of us being developers and him being able to do everything from scratch, right? He can build upon any synthetic employee that's built, or digital twin if they want it twinned. So LinkedIn profile search engine, web scrape for automated email outreach. That's another marketing one. Voice agent for advanced voice bots that accurately mimic the client's voice using 11 Labs technology, right? A voice bot book calendar, right? For this is an interactive agent that actually can talk to the client, can completely interact with them, and send over texts and talk on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then real estate pricing evaluation. He did a design evaluation for average sale pricing of new constructions in Miami. It offers a detailed breakdown of price ranges, including features to assess prices by specific zip codes. That one was 5,000. And then Bangular house price prediction. I don't know about that one.
It's Bengaluru is a major city in India.
So they build an end-to-end machine learning project which predicts the housing prices. Then he built an LLM agent, React. This project focused on developing an advanced custom AI agent based on React logics aimed at generating factual answers with references based on research publications. Then he did a space EU climate law assistant, right? He has 2 synthetic employees that work for him on a daily basis. This one is this is an agent that supports the EU climate law by interpreting a wide range of EU climate related legal documents, advancing on compliance and offering strategic guidance. It assists in policy implementation, risk management, and conducts training sessions to increase awareness of EU's climate laws. And then an investing assistant, he has, it uses wisdom to provide users with a strategic advice and in-depth analysis and real-time data, enabling informed investment decisions grounded in value, activism, and long-term perspective. The agent fetches data from FinHub to provide users with real-time data on stocks. Real estate pricing, real estate evaluation, real estate pricing. And all of them do different things. So that's why I'm saying, like, this is the GPT and AI person modeling John McCarthy. An organoid intelligence.
Hold on. Who is John McCarthy?
An American computer scientist.
John McCarthy. Oh, we're talking about the founder of McAfee? No, that's John McAfee.
It's let's see, maybe I said it wrong. McCarthy.
Yeah, that's John McAfee. Let's see who he is. John McAfee. How do you spell McAfee?
The McCarthy, MC.
Mm-hmm.
CARTHY. It's a computer scientist and cognitive scientist. It's the founders of the discipline of artificial intelligence.
Okay. No, so he's not the guy I thought he was, okay. So he's the guy that died in 2011. All right, go ahead.
And then he built one on organoid intelligence. This is
okay. So let's see what that one does, because that's his area that he's interested in, right?
This is what we're doing. We're building out a model for Transcendence X, which is our JV.
You call your JV Transcendent X?
Transcendence X.
Okay.
The organoid, this is the chatbot. It specializes in advanced functions with fields in organoid intelligence, integrates expertise from biocomputing, neuroscience, biology, and ethics to provide comprehensive support and information. And then he's doing, he did the Marvin Lee McKenzie AI persona model, an American.
Go back to that one where it says organoid intelligence. Okay. Hold it right there at that screen level. I want to capture that one to be able to look at later. Okay.
And then you have Marvin Lee McKenzie. Then you have static storage of even odd number pairs. He has an AI law assistant. He developed an algorithm of calculation agent.
Let's talk about his AI law system. Let's see what it does. It's highly skilled legal advisors specialize in advancing lawyers worldwide on an EU Act and artificial intelligence law in European Union. This functionally includes providing detailed guidance and analysis on various aspects of EU AI Act, helping lawyers understand and navigate. Okay, great. Go ahead.
Okay, then the RAG evaluation framework for your retrieval augmented generation pipeline. So
he's built an evaluation framework.
Yeah.
Evaluation framework. Evaluation framework. So framework for your retrieval augmented generation.
Correct. Pipelines. Yeah. So yes.
So what would an evaluation, that's something I can ask him about. So how does it help with your with your, what is that 688, by the way? Do you see right underneath that evaluation? Do you know what that stands for? No one has forked this repository yet, but it says 600.
They've clicked on it, and let's see. Hold on.
It's the only one that's 600. It's the only one that has a large number.
Yeah, I'll ask him. He'll know. He knows all of this because he developed it all.
This one
has 1.9 thousand.
Oh yeah, that has a lot more. So, and that's
data validation using Python type hints.
Hints. Data valuation.
This probably is shared. How to share it? Let's see.
No one has forked this repository yet. Pull request forks are great ways to contribute to. So no one's added. I think fork. So this is this is a Git. Is this a GitHub or what is this?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a GitHub. Oh, have you heard about the new GitHub agent builder platform? It sounds very impressive. What is it?
Let's see if Jeremy might have came on. Hold on. Oh, there he goes. Yay. Hallelujah. There he is. Man of the hour.
Hello, everyone.
Hi
Sorry,
there.
I was in calls the whole day, and I've just finished with my clients, so I'm available now.
No problem. Well, we understand you're only with us in what is that? Bandwidth that cuts you in and out all the time. I can't remember the technical term, but it takes a while for your background and you and your screen to line up. So it flashes you on and off there for a minute.
Like it's doing you.
Yeah. Okay. Is it okay? Let me see.
It's good now.
Okay, I can just put the normal.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna be right back.
I can just put no background. That's it basically. It's still relatively good, so it's crazy. I mean, I was in calls the whole day, and that's why I didn't. I mean, I was sleeping when you called me, and then I had like calls from that moment on when I woke up and until now. So it's crazy.
No, we were just on here, him and I, just kind of talking about the different things, a bunch of different conversation after I got my call this morning from my business partner, explaining about they did an experiment and had an agent, gave it $50,000 in Bitcoin, and it made I don't know the exactly hundreds of millions. I don't remember the exact number now, but I wrote it down to you in 2 weeks. So he was explaining to me that he's really excited about, now agents, because before he didn't really believe, that much. Like, he works for the federal government. So, he feels like it's a more hype than fact. But now that him and his business partner in another deal have done that, he's super excited about the arbitrage ability of agents. But this one was not even, this one was just, they were interacting with each other, like talking. They did a test, put 2 talking and interacting with each other, and it did it on its own, So it wasn't built out to do that.
Yeah, you can ask him how much did this agent cost.
He won't tell us. He told me. I even said, "Hey, can I give you 50,000 and turn it? I'll settle for just turning it into $1 million." He's like, "No, I'm not doing that."
No, but 50,000 is just for Bitcoin, right? And
no, that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't say how much it costs.
Yeah, 50 grand is what he gave the agent to go arbitrage with, is what you're saying, right, JC?
Yeah. And I asked him, like, did he build some huge expensive agent? He was like, no. I said, how do you know? He said, because he's my partner. And I said, so you mean to tell me that you did not train the agent on and give it data, right, to learn how to do the arbitrage? Like, and they said, no, we just gave it a prompt.
Yeah, that's how it works. But then you have to integrate it with the platform. So the whole problem lies within the integration.
Yeah,
that's what I said too. He's like, no. I'm like, dude, the agent can't even have access to the platforms to trade without integration into them. So, like, it's
it's not possible. I
right?
mean, how would it function then?
Right?
How would it function then? Like what? Like, it has to be integrated. I mean,
exactly. I think a lot of people who don't understand, because he was sitting here, I was telling him, like, okay, I understand you're telling me that y'all didn't particularly train it to do to do arbitrage. But what I'm telling you is that it had to have access to the platforms. So, but anyways, that's awesome for him and awesome for me, because it just gives another confirmation of what these agents really are capable of. And one, and then 2, we also were talking about, he got a call from Tesla to get his Cybertruck, and he instead changed it to 2 robotaxis. That was the update of the day, and then also about MicroStrategy. So I was talking to Don, because Donald has the bot, right? The bot idea about these Tesla bots, right? That the Tesla agents that we can sell to clients to manage their Tesla, right?
manage their what do you mean?
So the platform that he's working on, the agent, and he's going to come on hopefully in a second. Hint, Donald. The agent will. So when people get the Tesla, right, then they sign a contract with him for a Tesla agent that he creates, or that he has created, right, to manage. There he goes. Come on in, Donald, and answer this question for Jeremy, so I don't have to.
Yeah, I actually have to grab a call real quick. So it may take a 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not sure.
Well, if not, I'll answer, and if you can't come back, then we'll just reset another time. But so his agent that has, the idea is the client comes in, they lease a Tesla, right? And the Tesla gets put on this platform, and the Tesla is put on Turo, and it's leased out through Turo, right? The client, the owner or leasee, doesn't have any, like, everything is taken care of by the agent, where it gets taken, where the car gets taken and cleaned and so on, and when it's picked up next, and where it's where the location is, all of that. So that's one of the platforms. And so with the agent, the Tesla agent, or he calls it Exla agent. And then he also has another idea that I wanted him to talk to you about his Discord channel that he's doing and what he's looking for, you know, because he took, I don't remember if you remember or not, but he got on with you and told you how he took a company and got them to sign a contract to pay him, I don't know, like maybe $500 per application or whatever that he got them, client. And he was getting $2,500 a day, right? And so they made a couple $1 million on that, and he wants to replicate that, right? So I wanted really him to just get on with you and kind of touch bases on that, and then also with what we're doing a little bit about, you know.
Yeah, I would have
But
to know.
now we can just set another call, because more than likely he said it's going to be 10 minutes. And
Yeah, no worries. I would just have to know more details, because probably for Tesla, I have never done something like this before. So probably Tesla has its own software for managing it. By the way, so like you can just, like, learn more about the details maybe. That's why I prefer to have Zoom calls or Google Calendly, because Fathom doesn't integrate with StreamYard for some reason. And I would say I have to, like, take manual notes, and sometimes I miss a lot of things, and Fathom does it for me. So if it's possible.
well, also remember, there's no notes, because if you don't have to take notes if you don't want to, because if you go into your StreamYard, all of this is
I
has
don't
a
have
transcript.
I don't have
Huh?
access to it. I've tried multiple times to get the transcript. I think since you're the administrator, you only have access to the transcripts and to the recordings. I don't have access to the recordings.
It
I
doesn't
cannot.
give them to you, because before, I need to check my settings then, because before I got a copy and you got a copy, and that way you have everything and I have everything. That before, like right before my old program, when I was only paying, you know, $10 a month, now I'm paying $50 a month. So maybe when I changed settings or something, but I'll look again, because before I got a copy and you got a copy. But I will
Yeah, with
also
the
start sending you these copies then, so then you'll have the transcript.
with the recordings or transcripts, it's obviously way more easy, since I can just,
I
make.
can send you the transcript, and you can upload them to Google Notes, and it just makes everything. We can
Yeah.
pull it up, type it up, anything we want.
Yeah, but I don't have access to the transcripts and to recordings. So
Okay, well, I'll actually do today. I'll go back through our meetings that we've had so far and upload those to Google LM, to Notebook LM, I mean, and then share that with you.
sure. Yeah, you also said that you gave away my phone number to Russell, but I didn't get his phone number. So, but like, did something?
No, he is like, oh, people don't do emails anymore. You know, I don't understand why y'all haven't called. I'm like, he already sent you a proposal via email, you know, like, and he's like, no, people don't do emails, you know, anymore. You call people if you want to do business with them. So
Yeah, okay, but I mean,
what is there to talk about, really?
call me.
I don't know, but I guess he still has more questions, so I don't know. But I gave him your number, and
Yeah.
I'll send you back over his. I think I put it.
Yeah.
In, hold on.
Maybe it's better if he calls me through WhatsApp, because then he doesn't have to pay
I already told him what's up.
a fortune for international calls. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he can call me anytime. I mean, I think he already knows everything, but he can call me anytime.
I sent him your number via WhatsApp. Told him he can call you directly, if he has a question, or he can set up a time, to jump on a call for him. So, because he was like, well, I have all these questions and I've made millions of dollars and I just need somebody to work with me. And I said, you got to tell us what you need and you got to be willing to pay for it. I mean, ultimately, that's at the end of the day, that's it. You either do it yourself or you pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, with his project, I mean, for Adeline, let's say it's doable to do it with no upfront costs. But with Russell, it's not so simple, because I have to integrate everything, and it costs at least like $100 upfront. So if he doesn't want to pay anything, it's like, I have to pay for it. So, I have no guarantee. Like he didn't even sign the proposal. Like with Adeline, it's a little bit different, because she at least signed the proposal. So at least I know that she agreed to something. So I can create her, like I could build her this website for free. I've actually started doing it. But like I had like 3 calls today with clients. I had like one client from Singapore that wants me to build actually very simple chatbot for $4,000. He wants me to build a chatbot that basically converts data into charts for $4,000.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm saying people don't, that's what I'm saying. Like we think that's shocking, like, oh, wow, because we are in this space and people, we know that our colleagues have drawn the prices way low, trying to advertise and stuff, but really people pay high price for stuff because they don't really know.
I mean, that's the normal price.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to pay. That's what I'm saying. That's perfect. That's normal.
Yeah, that's the normal price.
I tell everyone we don't do it. Only those two, but I tell all my people $5,000, and then they want to come and talk to you or talk about, what can I build for less so I can build up to the 5,000 mark. Yeah. But I tell everybody from the very beginning, even Don, he's off stage. So if he does come back on while we're on here, I can add him to the call. But even him, I told the same thing. Like, if you need something, then let me know, what your budget is, because our projects start off at 5,000, but maybe we can find, something that we've already built, or we can give you, and we can tweak it a little bit for maybe a little bit cheaper, but we have to know what it is you're thinking of, because our, projects start at 5,000.
Yeah, I never like you don't even have to ask for the budget, because if you ask the client for the budget, it's like he might think that we don't know what we're doing. But
well, no, you got to know a budget, because like I tell everybody, I can run circles around anybody, honey. I've been in, even though I don't like to sell because I'm not really a salesperson, I've been in negotiations for 25 years. I've worked with investors all around the world. I've brought numerous projects with high money. So I understand that money talks and BS walks. I don't want to work with a client that can't tell me what their budget is, because that means they don't know how to run their business. If you can't tell me what your marketing budget, if we're doing marketing, or what your sales budget is if we're doing sales, then you're not a client for me, because I'm going to build you. I have the capability of building anything you want. Do you have the money to pay for it is the question.
Yeah. So
like all my clients I've ever worked with in consulting, I've always asked.
But for marketing and sales, a little bit different. Like for with our business, it's like we have to know exactly how much it costs, and then instead of asking like, what is your budget, you can always ask them, okay, is your budget more or less than $5,000? You can just ask them like a very simple question, because if it's less than $5,000, we have to tell them exactly what the price is. If it's more than 5,000, then it's fine. Then we can work on different,
So if it's, well, that's kind of the same thing I said. I said our prices, I mean, we start out at 5,000, but if there's something that you can't afford 5,000, then you can tell us exactly what you're looking for, and we can see if we have a model that we have already built that we can tweak a little bit, to your customization, and if it would be feasible. I mean, that's what I told Russell, that's how come he got the $1,000, because I said, well, oh, Don's back. Hold on one second. Back again.
Hey, good to see you. Sorry, I had to jump onto that.
No, that's okay. Okay, so I told him a little bit about the Exlabot, and then also about what we were talking about earlier about an agent to bring people into Discord and have them pay, or what the donations that you were talking about. So take it away, Donald.
Okay. How would you summarize what she was talking about as far as marketing into the Discord server, Jeremy? How would you summarize what you picked up on?
We didn't really discuss Discord that much. I only, understood, like we only talked about like that you have some kind of a Discord community, and that's all I know.
Okay. Have you used Discord yourself personally?
Yeah, absolutely. I also build agents for Discord. So.
Okay, good. And to set a context for you on this, back in the .com era, late 1990s, I put a website together that recruited people to join a community where they would apply for a credit card. And when they got the credit card, we had made a deal with the bank that as that credit card was used, if it matched our merchant affiliate list, then whatever was in our database that merchant affiliate owed us for every transaction, then whenever a credit card transaction went through the clearinghouse, it stripped out the money to the merchant. So the merchant only got 70% or whatever the number was on that transaction, and the balance was stripped over to us. So we could offer affiliate committee, we could offer loyalty revenue back to the credit card holders. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get that part activated. It was a $500,000 fee to the clearing houses to access that data. And so, are you familiar with Commission Junction or any of the affiliate type sites? So what we intended to do is we just told our community that that's the direction we were going. That's what we wanted to accomplish. That we didn't have the $500,000 to activate it. But if they wanted to build our community towards that launch, when we could do that, we would offer them a affiliate fee for every card member they referred. And we did break it down to a 10 generation. So we paid them $2 10 generations on a referral as an affiliate fee. And we launched it. The bank offered us 40. So we had a 2 times 10, we had a $20 cost of goods to or commission cost to pay out in affiliate fees, and we had 20 we could keep. And that the bank was willing to do because they had a marketing cost for every card member that they signed up to try and get a card, get somebody to apply for a card. So actually, the industry at that time average was $127 for a viable credit card applicant. And so they were really starting with a small gesture to get going, so to speak, to give us 40. So we were 1/3 the cost of their normal marketing cost. Anyhow, we started with that. We put together a website, and the two components we had in that website is, one, we had a calculator so people could see if I referred 3 people and everybody else did the same thing, and it went down 10 generations, and we averaged $2 a month in affiliate fees, how much would that be? So they could see that. They could make their own assumptions and see the result. And of course, most people don't know the compound effect of a multi-generation affiliate fee. So when they would see that, it would be numbers that were usually larger than they would have expected. And so the other thing we did is we made the site so that in becoming a member, they either paid a $40 affiliate fee or they came in free by selecting that bank as a sponsor. And then if they selected that bank as a sponsor, they had to apply for the card. And amazingly, we took all of the credit card application in for 10 different banks. So we took 10 different banks, all of their credit application information. We put it into one database. So we had every field that any one of those banks could ask for. A lot of them were duplicates, like name, address, and telephone number, but a lot of the custom stuff was all integrated. So when you filled out this credit app, it was very comprehensive because we covered everything the 10 banks needed. We took the database in ourselves, and then we made a deal to dump the data on the bank. We decided to do that. We did that, and then we did a genealogy tree so that people who referred people could take a look at who they referred to and whether they responded or didn't respond or signed up or whatever, came on board. So there was a affiliate engine that we developed. Just to give you an idea of the components here, we made an offer and a calculator to calculate the affiliate impact. We allowed people not to have to pay to get in and be able to pick a sponsor, which the only sponsor we offered at the time was the bank, and then fill out a bank app. And then we gave them a genealogy for progress. And we gave them automatic generated affiliate link. So affiliate code. So you could give that code to anybody. You could email it or, text it or whatever. I had a company I was able to acquire that was in the web development business, and they had a small team of about 5 guys. And so between them, they came up with 13 names that they wanted to test it before they launched it. And with those 13 names, within about 6 weeks, from those 13, we never introduced more than those 13. And within 6 weeks, we had about 2,500 a day signing up. And inside 6 months, we crossed 5 million. So it was just a runaway affiliate. Up to that time, the record holder for absorption rate was Facebook, and we outstripped Facebook substantially. So as far as results, I think I don't remember how many months they were in before they got to 5 million, but it was down the road a ways. So we overran them. Our bank, unfortunately, was a public bank that was young, and they got short sold, and the SEC came in and shut them down over accounting reporting violations, which had nothing to do with us, but it did kill our revenue thing. But what I learned out of that is I had a multi-generation affiliate, and I had a sponsor that was a third party that would put money into the affiliate, not the customer. So the customer had no barrier to entry, no cost barrier to entry. They had a terrible barrier as far as having to fill out that god-awful application thing. But that was the only barrier they had to entry. And it went viral. And so I wanted to think of the right circumstances to do that again. And I decided that I was very impressed with watching Midjourney manage the growth that they managed up to 100 million users with high bandwidth content of, visual images. Of course, are very high bandwidth. And our biggest problem was bolting servers together. It was before AW, so we had to buy servers and co-locate them and buy our own routers and set them up to handle the growth, which was our biggest headache. And so I looked at Midjourney ability to expand inside Discord, and so I picked Discord as at least a starting platform. Not that there couldn't be others for the community. So in sharing that with you, I told JC that we've got the Discord community, we've got some initial content in there. I think we've got a look and a feel that's good enough for start for a minimum viable product, as far as instead of joining a shopping plan to save money and get cash back on your purchases, which is what the credit card deal was. I'm inviting people who want to move to AgentiCity. Have you seen the server at all?
No, not really.
Okay. So I'm taking some time to talk to you a little bit about this based on what JC's shared with me, to be able to get some of your own experience feedback, and also because I'm supportive of JC says she feels like she's got something started with you from a joint venture standpoint, and I want to be contributive there. So, but I wanted to have you have an idea of our context. Do you mind taking a look at it over there so you have a sense or a feeling for it?
Mm-hmm. Can you send me the link on the chat that we have right now, so I'll look it up?
Yeah. So JC, do you want to grab your referral link? Now, one of the nice things about Discord is it automatically
I'll send it to him right now while you keep talking.
Yeah, one of the nice things about Discord is it automatically has a referral link for any server that's got under I think it's 1,500 members. You come by invite only, so they've got an invite referral link database field already in place. So as we're building our membership, we have what we need to be able to build a genealogy chart. Have you ever been a part of something that kept a genealogy chart before?
No.
Okay. When I say a genealogy chart, does it seem obvious to you what that means, or would you like a?
If you could explain a little bit more.
So just think of a biological genealogy chart like 23andMe. Here's mom and dad, and here's the family that grows underneath.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So when you have an affiliate referral, we started with 13 families wide, which started from the 5 guys that worked in our IT group that just picked on friends. Please test this for us. Tell us what's not working. And so those 5 built out 15, and from those 15, they continue to grow. And so if you keep track of your genealogy 10 deep, you can see anybody you referred, who they referred, up to 10 generations deep. And so as the genealogy grows, if you take, and I haven't done this in a while, but to give you a quick example here,
it's like a multi-level affiliate program.
Right? What's that?
It's like a multi-level affiliate program. So
yeah, multi-level companies use those, right? That's one of the things that they use. So did pyramid schemes, which of course are illegal. But if you take 3 times 3 and you go to about 10 generations, let's see what you end up with. 59,000 people. That's approximately. I mean, maybe 8 generations or 11, but it's right there. So 60,000 people, they get $2 a month. People can imagine that they can find 3 people who can find 3, and et cetera. And now in reality, it takes somewhere between 8 to 12 to end up with 3 that'll keep, the only way to guarantee every generation populates by another average of 3, you've got to really do it about 8 to 12. But people don't think that way. So, so that means the person's got 120 grand a month every time they use their somebody used their credit card in that system. So that was the motivation people had. So what was the magic? We had a product everybody needed or didn't mind having. They didn't have to need it. They didn't mind having it, which was a credit card. And we had a debit card replacement if they had bad credit. We had a third party putting up the money because they had a budget to pay for marketing to buy credit card holders. So we had a third party offering us an affiliate income every time we gave a card, so we could fund the project without asking the customer for anything. So zero barrier to entry, third party putting up the money. And so I'd like to duplicate that again because the growth was so viral. And I knew I used to work with the legal team for the largest multi-level marketing company, which is the Amway Corporation. And so I knew the regulatory genealogy stuff you wanted to stay away from. And a key component is whatever the money's generated on has to be at fair market value. So we knew marketing was around $127 an average for a bank, and we were at 40. So we knew we were well below fair market value. Those simple principles applied forward is around Mentor Up, which you, I think, have picked up on, is us choosing to clone essentially AI digital twins of top healthcare leaders to be able to function in advisory capacity to other healthcare professionals. That's Mentor Up's agenda. In order to build a community of people who are comfortable around AI, we took in the process of creating AgentiCity Life. So did you get the AgentiCity Life invite?
I only got the link, but I didn't get an invite.
So hit the link and see if the invite falls out of that. It should.
Yeah, I will have to open it on my laptop one moment.
If you want to share screen it, it'll be a good idea for me to see what you run into.
Yeah, in a moment, because I have it on my WhatsApp and I have to open it on my laptop. So one moment.
Okay. Have you used Midjourney?
Yeah, absolutely. I even generated a few logos on Midjourney and some projects for my clients for a few $1,000. So
okay,
I'm familiar with Midjourney.
Did you do it early enough to watch the early days of Midjourney?
I don't think I was during the early days of Midjourney, since I think I learned about it like 1 year after their launch.
Okay.
So I have to.
Well, I was really impressed with how Midjourney, being a gaming platform, was used to high bandwidth sharing of content, and so they handled the growth amazing without any big hiccups, and people you didn't have people saying, oh, Midjourney can't handle it, that they're down. You just didn't have that plague them as much.
I think Midjourney right now is the best image generator available in the whole market, maybe apart from one platform that's very expensive. But when you look at the price and their capabilities, I think they're the best. Like they totally beat any other platform that I saw. So you can generate works of art using Midjourney. As I've said, like I even generated my own logo using Midjourney and Canva. So obviously there is some problem with authors' right, like legal rights in regard to authors that might be concerned about.
Who owns that logo, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously you can generate everything using Midjourney, and that's the problem. But people are not concerned as far as I know. So so far so good. Let me see the Discord link right now. Okay, I will AgentiCity Live. displaying the name. Let me open my Discord right now very quickly.
Yeah, if you could
And I'll
share your
share-
screen, I'd like to see your experience from your link forward, what you go through. Do you see the
Yeah,
little,
yeah,
the present down there?
yeah. One moment.
I can actually see them in your glasses. I can see your screen in your glasses.
Let me present, but I don't think I can present the whole screen with you. I can only present the thing that I'm using on my
You can
full screen. Yeah, let me check. Okay, I think
you can
it's gonna
opt for either the window or the full screen. There you go.
yeah. Let me open my Discord account.
I've been trying to track people's experience because we have some setup features when people come in that can, be a block to people having a fast experience. So
Yeah, this is basically my Discord account.
okay, so now go to your link that you got from us and see what happens when you select it.
Okay, where's the link? And that's the most difficult part. Okay, where was it? Okay, it was here.
It should take you right into Discord. There you go.
Okay. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, but I'm using so many different tabs and I'm doing so many different things at the same time. Okay, continue Discord.
Looks like my computer.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
used
crazy.
to bog down my CPU with so much, and so then I started using multiple laptops, so they are all on separate CPUs, and that all that did is, so if you select all three of these, then there's nothing you won't be able to see. Okay, so it dumped you right into welcome mentor up. That's interesting. So let me look at the top of that. Let me see what it dumped you into. Grew out of a membership collective, starting with the healthcare. Okay, welcome to Agentic Life. All right, so
Well, that's where it's supposed to take you.
well, no, because this really introduces it focuses on introducing Mentor Up instead of introducing Atlantic City.
Oh,
So I'm surprised that that's where it dumped them, but it's good for us to know.
because that's the welcome, though. I mean, I don't understand where else we would have them go, because that's the welcome.
Yeah, it used to be the welcome.
You changed it.
Have you followed these guys? I noticed you just were there at the announcements. Did you follow those guys with their deep? Go up one more to announcements. What do we call? Keep going up. What do we call these? Right here. Oh, deep dive. Have you followed these guys with deep dive? It's the one with the guy sitting in the chair there.
This one.
Yeah. Have you happened to follow these guys?
I don't think so, to be honest. Let me see.
You might find these guys interesting. Have you followed Wes Roth much?
Yeah.
No, not at all. I to be honest, I don't know nothing about Wes Roth. It's the first time I hear about this person, but
okay.
I can see he talks a lot about AI, as I can see here.
He's a lot into the agent space. If you back out of that one and get back to the link that right there that started, the first link that started with you there, the YouTube for the first link. No, right below the guy with the chair, sitting in the chair. One up, go on. Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it there. Click on that one. So this is one of Wes Roth's videos, and maybe go into it like maybe about 1/3 of the way into the video. Okay.
Here?
Yeah, anywhere in there probably will do it. Let's see. Well, go down a little. Yeah, go down a little further. Maybe yes. Try there. Let's see what we got. Still him talking. Let's go another. Yeah, go right there. That's fine. Right there. Okay, click on that for a minute, and it'll give you a feeling. So this is the deep dive podcast that these guys are doing. Are you able to hear on your end?
Shall we say, analytical approach.
Which on the surface doesn't sound so bad. Right?
Yeah, this is AI generated.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, you can always tell.
A whole round.
So SB.
I'm actually working on
Well,
something so realistic that I cannot
This
tell if it's AI, but yeah.
Setting some ground rules.
So
for the
what
AI.
they're doing is they're taking news. So like if you take this one right here, they're covering government nuisance, AI bill. They're covering, for example, NVIDIA's talk with this guy, interview with Salesforce. This is another one of their interviewers. So they cover the news, AI news, with a podcast, but they start at the high level, and AI prepares the podcast and content, and builds off of content that's out there. Anyhow, I'm intrigued with it. I don't know how much of this can be high level prompted and how much has to be done, but they're using Notebook to generate the podcast. Anyhow, when you get a chance, sometime you might enjoy fiddling with it, seeing what they're doing. The nice thing of doing it this way, Wes is trying to, give you the back end of what's going on, how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I can tell you how they do it if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they use Notebook, LM, plus some custom coding, probably in Python. They integrate OpenAI through Make or Zapier, perhaps high level. I mean, all these platforms essentially offer similar features, and then they integrate it through API. Probably they also use Midjourney for some image generator or Synthesia for avatars. I mean, those avatars were definitely generated by Synthesia. I can tell because I'm quite familiar with all these avatar generators. So this is definitely Synthesia. The whole podcast script was generated using just ChatGPT plus version, and probably he put it in some kind of a make.com system that generated the script, and the script went to basically like a prompt generator. So then it generated the prompt, and so then obviously they did the edit. Like the editing is done either manually or by outsourcing to someone who actually knows how to edit the video. It wasn't done by AI because I can tell. If it was done by AI, it wouldn't look so good. So the editing, like the video editing, is done manually by probably someone that knows a thing or two about editing, like video editing on YouTube. For example, this part was, you can see the parts here, so you can definitely tell I was all generated by AI in the sense that the AI generated the script and the schema of the video, but then all these different parts are actually separate videos put together. So this video obviously is just him talking, doing some commentary. Sorry, there is
that actually of him talking. That's actually that's an AI generated person.
Yeah, this is this is AI generated person.
At least we don't think so this time. Maybe
not him. It's the one when he's sitting in a chair.
No, but that is too. That is too. Both of them. Him is an AI generated too with Wondershare Verbo.
I thought when he's down in the corner he's real.
No, he has an.
I think this one is actually real.
Yeah, that one I think is real, JC.
You can go look on Wondershare Verbo and look at their platform. You will not be able to tell. I have a couple podcasting people that post, and it looks just like that. They look completely real. Like you cannot tell at all when you go to Wondershare.
This is him because you can see, his eyes keep rolling all the time. So this is definitely real. I mean, this is him. This is an actual person.
But you saw him sitting in the chair right there. This
is definitely AI generated, right? This is AI generated. You can tell because You can tell by the fact that he says straight, like, okay, now it's something went wrong with my internet. Or perhaps it's just because I have so many things going on here.
Probably so many tabs. I have that too.
This is AI generated. I can tell because he doesn't like if the avatar sits straight and it doesn't changes its position all the time. It's most like you can tell it's AI generated. Obviously, it's very realistic, but it's AI generated. But this is real. This is real. I mean, the background can be AI generated, but.
Yeah. So let me ask you, when you think about that, a podcast like that, which is, whatever it is, a half hour or an hour, if you look at a podcast like that, we're not at the stage where we can, that something is set up at a high level. I want a podcast on this subject covering these issues, and have it put together, something like that. You've got editing involved in there. You've got a script that's separate. Somebody had to paste those pieces together in a production format, right?
Not necessarily. You can automate all of this.
Uh-huh.
It's just that in regard to video editing, it requires a little bit of manual effort. But I would say this podcast is like 80-90% AI generated. I mean, in the sense that he's probably using multiple different automation tools. And then he has someone who actually knows a thing or two about video editing to put it all together to look so it looks smooth,
But you have to have a business or something that's making money because it's expensive. It's expensive to run it because I already know and I already have these, right? So they're expensive if you're going to run this every single day, especially if you're going to do 30 minutes. You got to have something generating revenue to pay for this.
It's not necessarily expensive in regard to upfront costs. It's expensive in regard to upkeep. So if you exactly. So if you want to stay consistent, and let me see how many videos he generates. He generates per month. One moment. Okay, you can already.
You're talking about Wes, or you're talking about Deep Dive?
No, I'm talking about his podcast. Like, I just want to see his YouTube. Can you see my screen, or because it usually takes a few seconds to? Okay, now you can see it. Let me see how often does he post something.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about him. I'm thinking about Deep Dive.
But he was going over Deep Dive, so that's why he was saying him and Deep Dive, right?
Yeah, let's see what Deep Dive has as far as their production. What are they showing?
Yeah, I can already tell that these videos cannot be monetized. You know why?
How's that?
Because they have like many, content from already existing films and I mean, obviously they earn money from ads and by probably like affiliate links. But
so
the video,
they have to put their own ads in. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, but the videos themselves are not monetized because YouTube banned content. You can see like the Lord of the Rings content from here, right? Yeah. So it's already like automatically banned from monetization by YouTube. And here's Mad Max and so on. But like they generate, so to be honest, companies. 2 months ago, 5 months ago, 7 months ago, 10 months ago, it's not so expensive. It's like 1 hour, 35 minutes once per 3 months. It's actually like, it's not so expensive. And to be honest, if you add like a person that really knows video editing to all this AI generated content, I mean, he did multiple different videos within 3 months, then it put it all together and just made it look quite smoothly, either by himself, maybe he's like so fluent in video editing, or he just hired someone. But it's it's not so expensive, to be honest, to hire someone who knows a thing or two about video editing. If you are paying so much money for all these AI tools, so this little thing right here, like this Joker thing, I'll show you in a moment. Okay, one moment. This is obviously from the film. I've seen it by myself. So, so this is obviously generated by AI, right? This is him, but this is all together by AI. This is AI generated. He just keeps talking. Yeah, that's really cool. And
What kind of numbers does he show there, as far as views?
132,000 views within 2 months. This is really good score, in my opinion.
Okay.
He has almost 170, 186, 376, 500,000, 67. It's you know,
It's not bad, huh?
it's not bad. Yeah, especially if you let me see if he has like affiliate links. Probably he does. Okay, not really, but yeah, it still creates a traffic. And to be honest, you see, the Return of the King full movie analyst deep dive, thanks in big packages, me get 20% off your first order plus free shipping. And okay, so he does have affiliate links.
Okay.
And let's say that let's see how much does it cost. Okay, so he does have some kind of affiliate links, apparently, for some underwear. And let's just say that even 3% of his viewers are people that can convert into paid customers. So he's already he already earns money just by monetizing this video. So everything that he spent on the AI tools, mind that it's once per 2 or 3 months, he already earned more than he spent. So, and he still keeps building traffic, and obviously he can also pin this link in here, get 20% of your first order, free shipping.
Yeah, I just went on to look and see. So he is ranked. His company is ranked 83,359th in video rankings. He has a B grade. He makes video views for the last 30 days, 3.9 million. Estimated monthly revenue is between 979 and 15,000. So it's a range. And he has subscribers for the last 30 days, 11,000. It's down 50%. Estimated yearly income is between 11,000 and 188. And then it tells you, it goes down to tell you each one of his videos, how they were monetized, the subscribers, everything. I have all that. Yeah.
You said yearly income is 11,000? No.
His yearly income is estimated between 11,800 and 188,000.
That's a wide estimate.
Yes, it gives you but it gives you all. They're not going to tell you the persons, because then they'll be liable. So this particular one, they give you in range. They tell you how many subscribers, how many likes they had on the video, and then the estimated earnings per one. So like for this last one that he posted on 10/3/2024, he had 613 subscribers at the time. That video got 137,757 views, and they earned between $34 and $551. It doesn't give you the exact amount. So that's on that, and that's on Social Blade. It gives all that information. So
yeah, I mean, he can also put some more affiliate links and just 1 5 seconds ad, and he'll double this income or triple this income probably.
Yeah. A lot of the ones who know that, who are doing it, what's wrong with my phone? A lot of the ones who, oh, my phone died, are doing it and using other media. They know that they can't monetize through YouTube, but they can monetize, like you said, through affiliate marketing.
So let me ask you, I did get you diverted off of this, down this rabbit hole, and I appreciate you going down it with me. And I feel like I learned a little bit just from listening to you comment on it. Getting back to to our server, can you give me take a minute and just make a little walk around and give me some impressions on that?
Sure.
Some first impressions.
Yeah, I have to wait a few seconds again for my screen to be shared with you.
Oh yeah.
Um,
It looks like we lost JC. Does she have to give you permission to share screen share?
no. I think she told us that her phone went off. Yeah, one moment. You're in the show. Yeah, it should be available in a few seconds. I don't know, but there's always a small delay between me sharing my screen and actually sharing my screen. So it should be available in a moment. Let's wait a few seconds. Maybe it's because she left the conversation, but I don't think so. Oh, okay. Now it's here. Okay. Okay. General text settings. Okay. How many? Yes, general. Free, offline. So you say how many people does this group have, like altogether?
Do we have as far as members?
Mm-hmm.
We only have 45 members in here right now.
Okay, because I was thinking that maybe I don't know something, but yeah, okay, it's it's correct number. Yeah. I've seen, like I've been a member of several different Discord communities over the past few months. Obviously, I left most of the channels, as you can see here. I'm only on Atlas and Midjourney because I just don't use Discord that often. But I've built multiple different agents for Discord. Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, if like my impression is like generally speaking, it's good. But it's like a very vague term. So maybe you have like some specific questions. I'll try to answer them, like in regard to your Discord channel, about my impressions.
Yeah. So see what that information thing click. What does it give when you click on that information?
Yeah, it's just general channel, and then you have multiple different sub channels in here. So the information basically includes the frequently asked questions, health, span longevity, ACL immigration borrow, and ACL economic borrow.
Okay. So you've when you ask yourself what's this platform for, what comes to your mind?
I would say AI news, right? I mean, like it will be my first impression because obviously I go here, I see, okay, open projects, open idea garden, agent factory. Yeah, before reading anything, I would say like, okay, these guys are about AI. There's a lot of AI generated content in here, AI generated images. I would say it's like, I'm just choosing to build hello. Kind of like the genre. And after like a very brief description, I can tell that it's more about what you have described at the beginning of our call, right? So, but the first impression would be, okay, AI generated content, a lot of AI generated stuff, and then I would go through details and see, okay, they have like economic borrow, which is basically members choosing to help build AgentCity live, community can select to join the economic borrow, affiliates, merchants, agents, bots for sale, economy to benefit those who immigrate to ACL. So after a brief description read, I can tell that it's actually about the things that you have told me about at the beginning. You have also some things about ACL token economy expansion. So when I hear a token, it always it always I always think about cryptocurrency for some reason, but it's just because I did 2 projects for DeFi and cryptocurrency platforms in the past, and they all have their communities on Discord. So that's just because that's why I always think, like, when I hear a token, I always think, okay, like cryptocurrency, but it might not be correct, to think in that way.
Is that would you say, generally speaking, that's a thumbs up or a thumbs down community for you?
No, it's thumbs. I would say thumbs up.
Uh-huh.
The last post here was on September 6th. September. I'm also not an expert in Discord. Just because I build Discord bots doesn't mean I'm a Discord expert. I don't even have my own community on Discord, which I should probably build from scratch, and just once I start building my startup. But I mean the JV startup, not the one that I'm doing right now, because right now I just run a automation agency. But yeah, apart from that, it's obviously there might be like a lot of different improvements. But as I've said, like, I'm not an expert. I can see the rules. The rules are here. Open projects. But it's also like there are also only like a 45 or like 50 people. Let's call it like 50 people in here.
Yeah.
So for the amount of people that are here, I would say it's good. Fun AI. Okay, this is probably JC, right?
Yes.
This is JC.
Yeah.
Very good. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the main question is, like, is it like the main reason behind this channel, that this Discord community, is to create a funnel, right? I mean, that would be the main reason, like long-term reason, right? Like that.
Oh, no, I haven't thought of it in that sense. I have thought of it in the sense, so the way I've verbally I've made an analogy. If you wanted to be a part of the Industrial Revolution and you lived in Ireland in the mid 1800s, the important thing would be to get on a boat and get to America, because you're in an environment where it's happening. And if you want to be a part of leveraging the AI industry, the AI evolution to benefit yourself through agents, move to a community where agents live amongst you and agent builders are around you. And so I want to create a community where agent builders want to come there, agent people want to come because they want to live around agents and agent builders. And so that's the hook to say, come take a look. It's something that is relevant to what's going on now. I also want to draw people who would like to have agents, who are tantalized with the idea of having agents who would actually benefit their life in some way, and including be an income generator for them. So one agent bot that's an income generator, if we look at the agent garden idea garden, about 2/3 of the way down there, right, one more up. Right there. If you click on that one right there, the Exxon mini fleet bot, no, the one down, one more down, right there. If you click on that one,
okay, okay.
And you click on the picture of a little bit further down, you'll see there's a black photograph. That's the white one. See the black one in the corner, right there. So this actually is the genesis of that bot idea, which is there's great incentives out there, and Elon Musk, broadcast that to 50 million people, saying that. And then if you look at the white one with the red car in it, this is the ex post that Elon was pushing out there. And so if you can get a car for $105 a month on a lease, what would happen if you owned 3 to 10 of them and they were out working for you? And so if you had a bot that would handle that being the tour host. It would set you up so when things went robotic, you would have. Right now, the estimated income's about as a Turo, it's about $1,000 a month. So if you look in that string, you'll find the economics of why you would want to buy a bot. And so the bot cost $400 to pick up the bot, and it has monthly fees that the car pays for out of putting it into service. But the idea is that the bot manages the hosting work for you. The critical component is you've got a $30-some thousand car, and you've got the government putting up almost 20 grand to underwrite the purchase. So that's why it's so cheap. But normally it'd be $500 or $600 a month. The reason it's $100 is because you got all those tax incentives. So at $100 a month, how many of them, quote unquote, would you want? Is the theory. And what would they yield? If you're a bot owner, you have 3 cars, that's $1,000 a month. During the Turo vintage, that's $3 grand a month in income. If you move it to, or 10 would be, 10 grand a month in income. If you move it to the robo taxi era, when that happens, which may be a year or two away, ideally, that would move you up to about $3 grand a month per car, based on projections. And of course, it sets you up to later be in the business of renting out X product, which of course the biggest X product is going to be the what do they call that humanoid robot? Optimus, yeah. So the idea is, okay, let's think of a bot that would run your car rental business. That's thinking of a bot that makes you money. It's an example of an idea of a bot that makes you money, as an agent that makes you money.
Now I get it, because at the beginning I only understood from a GC told me that a bot for managing your Tesla, and I was like, whoa. But for car renting, it makes sense.
Yeah, it takes the headache of being it takes the headache off of being a tour host, right? So who wouldn't want 10 cars? Well, I wouldn't if I had to mess with them, right? But if I had a bot that handled, and then the other idea behind the agent bots is the concept of an agent guardian. Have you run into that phrase before?
Yeah, but when you say agent guardian, you mean what exactly? Because it's like a very broad term used for multiple different aspects. So
yeah,
what exactly you have in mind?
So the idea that I got introduced to it and I've hang on to is, if you're in a community that has a bunch of agent builders and the agents aren't fully capable of functioning without oversight, you could have the agent builder could be a guardian of that agent. So when you buy an agent, if you're buying the credibility of the guardian who's going to be on top of managing it. It's like Airbnb has a host. If things don't run right, you know who to go to. So if you're running into an obstacle with your agent, it isn't accomplishing what it was intended to do, you could have a reputation built by the guardian that says, I bought that from a guardian. He's got 5 stars. If I run into a problem and an agent's not doing what it's supposed to do, the guardian fills the gap. So so
I really like the concept.
Yeah, so people can feel comfortable spending money buying an agent, even though they aren't the agent builder isn't completely confident, and the agent builder can disclose these are the areas I think the agent could get in trouble, right? And so I'm prepared to stand behind that as the guardian to, if it gets in trouble, step in and take over to finish off with whatever the obligations of the agent is. So I think it's the combination of a community where you have agents that live amongst you and you've got agent builders that live amongst you, some of which are guardians of their products, and then their products can be bought and sold and put out to work because of the credibility of the guardian. So in that community and in that idea, why would you join the community? Well, you join the community because you're curious, but we want to build this community. So I'm trying to do the pre-setup to get to my 5 people who will start my 13, who will start the repeat of what happened for me before. You feel like you understand what I'm saying? So I've got a place on it, and instead of buying servers and routers and trying to stay on top of it, I put them in Discord. So Discord should be elastic in its ability to absorb, hundreds of millions if that ends up happening. Surge growth. The other ingredient I need now before I turn this on, everybody that comes in now is like a little pilot user to give me feedback, just like you did. I watched you and I watched what you experienced. That's a pilot community. The next thing that I need is, and just looking at what I had before, I need a genealogy tracking bot to say, this is how your genealogy is going. Here's the invitations you made. Here's what's happened with those invitations. I'm sure you've seen some of those affiliate relationships where you invite people to come to Amazon and they keep track of what's happened, or you invite people to use some software and they Uber or whatever, and they tell you what's happened with your invites. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So that part I don't have yet in there, and I don't have my lead affiliate yet. I don't have my equivalent to the bank. And actually, I think one I would like, because of the success I had last time, I'd like an affiliate like for Cash App or for Apple Pay, or somebody who's in the mobile wallet business that wants a lot more customers. I think that might be a good replacement for the concept of a credit card. That would be, something where there's a fight for customers, so there's people spending money to get new customers. So that's kind of where that's at. And I don't know, in the world of what you guys are working on, knowing what I'm doing and knowing what I'm building there and knowing where I'm headed, if that's helpful or not, but at least that's part of what's going on for me.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you what I'm building, so you can have like a grasp of understanding what I'm capable of, because I didn't really show you anything. But in regard to to what you are doing, I would like, if I can just recommend you something, I would just point out just one project, because we went through at least 3 or 4. I mean, it's totally okay with me. I can take on as many projects as you want, and most of them seem quite straightforward. I mean, I built multiple different agents, like very complex projects. I even built like one platform. So it's like, it's nothing that I cannot do. But I guess you would like to see something tangible first, to actually see how it works, how it performs. So maybe if you want me to build something for you, or just to work with you, I would be advising you to just point out the one project that is the most important one for you, and then we can gradually start working on different aspects and on different milestones. Because for Discord, or even like the bot that you have described, I've actually built like something similar, maybe not similar in the sense that it reflects the same industry or the same niche. But in regard to technical aspects, I build rental bots and even like property management bots. So maybe property management is totally different from managing your car rental, especially for Tesla, because there are like multiple different layers of integrations that are different, and also different data that is used. But essentially, in regard to technical backend, it's relatively the same thing. I mean, I'm talking about the project that I built. Let me show you. save it in my portfolio, because basically you just have to like we would have to like write down the aspects that the agent would be capable of handling. But if you go to even like my portfolio, sorry, my internet is a little bit slow today, you can see that I've actually built like something called Airbnb AI agent, which might not seem similar, but if you look at the backend, I could like show you. Okay, I can show you the backend because I'm working on a different project right now for my different client. But this one is actually very interesting. This is a CRM bot. This is a bot that edits data in CRM automatically for ClickUp, but it's also going to be made for Salesforce. Anyway, so this might not seem like something similar to the project that you have described, but believe me, from the backend perspective, Airbnb, property management, car rental management, like management per se, like handling different processes is basically very similar. You just have to integrate different functions and use obviously the data that you have described in here. So if you go, we go here.
Are you going to the Exlabot again?
Yeah.
Go down to the agent guardian, agent idea guardian, 3 more down. Right
there. It was here. Yeah. I can see it now. So we would have to like scrape all this data, but you can like do it on autopilot. Basically, you just scrape the data from here. I would do it, and then come up with some strategy and build it from scratch. It will basically be built like this is the code, but it's just it's it doesn't really say anything if you like, if I would have to like describe it, but it will be built a little bit similarly.
Are you doing your building in GitHub agent builder, or what are you building it in?
No, I'm building it from custom code. I'm using Visual Studio Code. I have my own Python library, as you can see in here. So I use Python and I use HTML for some UX UI, and sometimes also React or Streamlit. So I mean, I only use these extensions. I don't go for any others. But obviously, sometimes I use GitHub. I mean, I have like a pretty big GitHub repository portfolio. I can even show you. I mean, probably JC already showed you. Okay, where else is it?
Did you happen to watch their introduction of their agent builder, GitHub's new agent builder?
Not really. I didn't. GitHub agent builder. Which one? Because there are so many. GCP agent builder Git integration. We're talking about this one? No, this is 5 months ago, so probably not this one.
No, it's maybe about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
The founder launched it. I can't remember the name he gave it, but it's he's putting it out there as their main focus for GitHub's future is to support agent building.
Yeah, on GitHub you can find many different repositories and use them as a reference point to then later integrate it through your own library. Obviously,
that LMMA may be it. What is that? What does that say? I'm an agent builder. Maybe
there's so many though. I mean, there's so many. You would need to know because everybody's building them out.
Yeah.
If you listen to if you listen to his, it's their annual report, their annual event, developers event. I think it just happened about 3 weeks ago. I think he used up about 80% of the time talking about it. You can tell he's really committed to it. And the kind of resources they're dumping into it sounded pretty amazing, but it's not. You can select your LLMs you want to have interfaced, multiple or whatever ones you want to use in their agent building platform.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
That's right. I just wondered if you'd run into it or heard of it yet.
To be honest, I didn't, but it's just because I'm like, right now I'm doing like a few projects at the same time, and sometimes I just don't have time to go through all the news, but I will look into it. and yeah, the projects that you have described, I'm totally capable of doing it. I mean, whatever you like, whatever the features are and whatever the requirements are, obviously, like from the idea to the final product, there's a long way, and obviously there are a lot of questions in the process. So, but it's like, it's like with every project. I mean, you have like a good idea, and then the process is the main part, is like, I would say 70% or 80% of the whole work, and then obviously delivery and develop and deployment. But from what I hear and from what I understand, and all these projects that you have described, they are relatively straightforward. I don't say they are they are not complex, but they are straightforward. I mean, I know how to build them, at least, because, for example, now I have one client who wants me to build something that I didn't know how to build. So I had to like figure out a way to actually come up with some concept on how to edit CRM data from scratch. But with all these projects that you are talking about, if you like, if you want me to build anything like you have described, I can do it. So it's just like from my understanding, obviously. Honestly, I wouldn't say, like, if I had to like categorize different projects from the simplest one up to the expert one, so to speak, I would say they are like intermediary or something. So they are like totally and honestly, I like intermediary, like, or simple projects, because if you have something that you can integrate them with, and as I can see you do have, and you can monetize these agents or these projects, or let's call them just like projects or custom automations, whatever. It's really good, because, for example, I wouldn't even have like any idea on how to use the Tesla renting bot, just because I would have to have like an audience to whom I can reach out to, people that will actually pay for it. I would have to have like like an audience, connections, people who will trust that this bot will do something for them, and so on. So if you already have like people that will be happy to pay for something like this, or with your other projects, if they in any way make your business more profitable, I can totally build them. It's just like the matter of probably the timeline and the budget that you have, because obviously there are like a lot of integrations. I don't know. I honestly don't know how much time it would take, because I would have to sit and then come up with some strategy first. I can even tell you, like, if you don't want to spend money up front or whatever, I can list you the softwares and platforms that you can use by yourself and build it by yourself. Honestly speaking, I will tell you that once you go through all these platforms, you'll probably figure out that it's better to delegate it to someone else.
Yeah.
But I can tell you like how to do it. Like, I can write you the instruction, like, build this, use this library, go through with this code, like this programming language. So you can like feel that you have something like free up front. I can even give you some advices on the low code and no code tools that you can use and platforms that you can use to build it all out, and how to like streamline the workflows on your Discord community so it can start organically and grow. Obviously, you can do it all by yourself. You don't have to delegate it to anyone. Obviously, it's better to delegate it to someone like me, for example. But you always have to pay the monthly upkeep costs, and it's not for the developer. It's not for me. These are for the platforms, the softwares. So and just to be clear, in regard to just like the text inputs and outputs, it's relatively not expensive. But the more features, the more features there are, the more integrations there are, you have to pay more. So just keep that in mind. But I can list you all the softwares that you need to build these things. I'll just have to later on, like after our call, I'll probably ask JC for the transcript. I'll put the transcript in the LM note taker. I'll take all the notes, because otherwise I would have to spend hours on like writing the strategy. Then I will use my own May.com system for generating the notes. Then I will look into it. I will manually change it. adjust it, and then I'll send it over to you so you can review it and go through it all by yourself and see, okay, this is something I'm looking for, this is not something I'm looking for. And then if you want, you can try build it all by yourself with no upfront costs for the development team or whatever. Or if you want me to build it, then we can talk about, okay, what is the price for my development, and what will be the expected outcomes, what is the timeline, what is the budget, and what is it that you are looking for? Is it for increasing your outreach? Is it for increasing your monetization? Whether it's going to be more for like marketing, so for like active marketing, or just for creating a funnel? What is it like? We would have to come up with some like comprehensive strategy to put this all together and like to do everything like step by step. Yeah, so that would be my guess. That would be my recommendation on how to do it. Basically, I'll just stop sharing my screen because my computer will go crazy in a moment. Okay.
I did it for you.
Well, there's a couple things that come to mind as immediate reaction, Jeremy, and I really appreciate you sharing what you're sharing. One thing that comes to mind is we've got some initial content people can jump into and find, but the content is intended to inspire as the numbers of people grow. They'll find their own areas and make their own contributions. But one area that I wonder, I want to, in the Economic Bureau, one of the objectives is to have a marketplace that encourages token spending or in-house purchasing. So in the community, we have inter-community purchasing. And part of the motivation for that is it creates that revenue that creates that monthly recurring income from the growth that you help kick off. So once you kick off some growth and it takes off and you realize you've got 1,000 or 5,000 people in the system that are in your genealogy, and you make, you want, if you've got 1,000 people in this genealogy, whether you make $1 a month on an average or whether you make $5 a month on an average really depends on how robust the marketplace is, right? The more stuff in the marketplace, the more stuff people are going to buy. I do want to eventually make the connection through a wallet or through a card out into the community again, so that we can have people stop in at their local gas station or their local retailer or whatever and get credit when they're shopping there too, because that feeds up into it. And I think that's a really strong value. And was successful in getting fighting the patent office for a patent protection on that we had the first prior art. There was no prior art to us in developing what we call network brokerage. So whether you find the merchant that goes in the merchant marketplace, every time that merchant is patronized because you or one of your genealogical referrals found that merchant, you would be economically benefiting, not because you bought anything or they bought anything, but because they created the supply. Much like in a real estate transaction, it doesn't matter whether you list the house or you find the buyer, either way you get compensation. And that concept,
Oh my gosh.
we were able to.
Guys, I got to go. I'm 10 minutes late and I was already late to another appointment. So,
Okay. All right.
Okay. So y'all can continue to talk. I'm going to hang up and it'll just end whenever because I have it set like that. So
All right. So do you feel like you understand the concept of network brokering versus network selling? Whether you, so if you find a merchant and you put them in the system, anybody that patronizes that merchant, you benefit from. And it's not just whether you found a merchant. You could have found a merchant who found a merchant who found a merchant who found a merchant. So you got that 10-generation genealogy. And all of a sudden, one of those merchants is really hot and they sell a lot into the community. Every time they sell, they're creating that revenue stream. That's the concept we got patent. We were able to argue that there was no prior art to us on that we were the first one there. And we got there in We got there in 1997 with the patent, or 1999 with the patent office, and we've got a hold on the patent. So until we activate it, we don't start our 14-year protection. So that's, I want to leverage that with the marketplace. Now, to get back to your comments, there's 3 things that came up in my mind. One thing that came up in my mind is, how could our channel be valuable to you in what you're doing? You are the citizen we want to move to AgentiCity. You are involved in AI agent building, and so you apply there. That applies. So one of the things that strikes me that might be interesting is whether you could moderate a channel that would be an agent pro builder channel, so that you could have, we could put up some YouTubes, or some recordings of you saying, if you want to build an agent, here's some free software and platforms and stuff. You can do that on your own. But part of the idea would be, if you want some help doing this, or you get into the process and you've got a business idea you really think has merit and you want help pushing it forward, you can go to the marketplace and you'll find that our services are available, and we could list your company there, where it could possibly be a feed for business. That's one idea that comes to mind. How does that strike you as far as interest level? Are you, on a 1 to 5, you put a 1 on it, a 5? How does that strike you?
I don't put neither 9 or 1 or 5. We can work on the affiliate program if this is something you're looking for, because that's what I can understand. Like, if you want me to enter into partnership with you on some affiliate program terms, like for bringing the clients, or just reaching out to more people that can turn into paid clients, I can work on some contract, and we can just start working on it right away. Obviously, my company is there. You can Google it. You can see what I have done in the past. I worked with more than 34 clients in the past. Actually, now it's more than 38. Most of them are from US, but some of them are from, like, I have one client from Singapore now. I have one client from United Arab Emirates, so Dubai, and most of my clients are from European Union, so not even from Europe, but from the European Union. And basically most of them, like 70% of my European clients, are from Germany and the Netherlands. Then I have UK, which is not in the EU, and then from all of these clients, like 80% are from US. I prefer to work with US companies just because my business is also in the US. I prefer to work with American companies for many reasons. So I'll just, if you send me my email on the chat, I guess you can do it. I'll just send you over my company details, what we do, what we can do, what are the products that we have at hand, what we can build from scratch, like in regard to custom. And then we can, if you like, go through it and see, okay, like maybe I can join your community. We can work on affiliate program. Then we can work on the commission that you get from the clients that will decide to work with me. So for every closed deal, and it worked both ways. So you can also think about the terms that you would like me to partner up with you. And if you see any value, then we can also build something for you, or you can just delegate. You can just refer me to someone else for the fee. Whatever works for you the best. I'm always happy to bring in more clients, just because I want to scale up as quickly as possible. I've already automated like 80% of my own company, so I can bring in more clients. The only question is about how much do they pay. I try to not take projects that are worth less than $5,000 for many reasons, just because, especially if I need to build something from scratch. It's like, obviously I don't say I don't make any money on it, but it's just, it requires so much time, so much effort. I just prefer to work with people that have a clear vision on what they want, and I prefer not to go below $5,000, but obviously I can also build something for less, like custom automations and so on. And I also have a few products that I can just implement, because I've already built them. So I already have the blueprints. I just need to integrate them. And I'll also list you the portfolio. Everything is on my website. Everything is on my GitHub repository portfolio. I don't have any target niche that I reach out to. I target all the companies that are there just because I need as much cash flow as possible when I try to scale up. So it's not like I only target. I tried to focus on real estate, but it didn't work well because real estate is basically there are like multiple different layers of this market, and so now I do like everyone. Probably I will niche down long term, but not right now. Yeah, and obviously I prefer bigger projects, but also sometimes it's better to take on like $5,000. I consider like a small project, but sometimes I had like offers for more than 50,000 or 100,000, but I didn't accept them just because people wanted me to build something that is not doable, for example. So then I told them like, okay, like for this project you need like $1 million or something, right? Like it's not something we can do. Yeah, so I guess that's all from me. I mean, as I've said, like I can build a lot of different things. The only thing I'm struggling with right now is the high quality prospects, because I'm doing cold outreach and I'm traveling all the time. I'm not physically in US, even though I'm going back there in a few months. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that I'm relatively young, so I don't have a lot of connections in the sense that I know these people personally. So if you can monetize your connections and people that have money and want to earn more money by automating their processes and doing something en masse in regard to either cold outreach, lead generation, or whatever they want, even like sales can be automated, I would be happy to help them because I earn money and they obviously also earn money from increased ROI. So yeah, that's how it works.
Well, we haven't built out the user interface platform for MentorUp yet. And we want to do a small demo for our underwriters. But that might be an example of a larger project that I might be able to make some connections for you to be a good source for us on that. It's actually one of the reasons I got going on the AgentiCity is I knew if we created agent builders, there would be talent that we could pull on if we start having some unusual growth demands. So that sounds really interesting, Jeremy. I mean, generally, I like your attitude. When I did the platform for that project, that .com project, we created a mall where local merchants could have themselves displayed there. But it was at a time when people didn't have websites yet. Brick and mortar businesses didn't have a website. So every time we added a new merchant, we had to build a website for them. So we put a $2,500 minimum cost that we charged if you wanted a website built in order to get into our mall. And we found that was easier just to say that's what it costs to get in, and we'll build a website for you. And we tried to automate that as much as we could. But the big problem we had is people had no idea what a reasonable website specification would be. And so their ideas of what we should do for them for that $2,500 meant that it was better to reject a lot of customers. So I understand the feeling when you realize the deeper you get in there, the more you realize. I had one customer that was all upset about what they wanted me to do. They wanted me basically to build an Amazon site. And we had one of our affiliates get in there, which was egghead.com. And you're too young to know about them. But they were, at that time, they were the largest retail seller on the internet. They later became Overstock, and then they were bought out by Amazon. But at that time in history, and I didn't even have, and I told the founder, he ended up coming on board with our program as an affiliate. And I told him, I said, I don't know what to do with these merchants. They don't have any perception when they're asking for what their website should do, what kind of cost is involved. And I said, you've got a very elaborate website. It's very impressive what you do. And I think about that time they're doing about $15 million a year in sales. And so I said, I got people that expect their little website for $2,500 to do the kind of stuff yours does, right? And then he goes, you want to see what it takes to make my website work? And I go, okay. So he gets me, I'm walking in his office. He stands me up. He walks me down the hall. He opens this door, and I'm trying to guess, maybe like 4,000 square feet or something, just a room full of cubicles. And he says, see all these people here? All they do is work on the website, keeping it up and going. And he shuts the door, and I'm going, oh my God, what does that cost you? He goes, 250, good month, bad month, 500,000. I'm thinking, oh man. It completely blew my head of, I had I thought my customers didn't have any idea. I didn't have any idea of what kind of money you could spend keeping up what he was doing. Right. Anyhow, so I understand your dilemma. I think I'm just reaching in my own mind based on what I know. If I was in your shoes, how might I leverage what's going on here in our world to help you, right? So I'm just trying to get myself in your space and try and see what might be possible. What comes to mind is if we had a pro agent builder channel and we were featuring any interaction we were having on trying to put together any features that we were building in our site, conversations like we're having now, if they were recorded and people saw open discussion where you were saying, this is what we can do, this is how we can do it, this is what it would cost or whatever. And even having a introduction that says, I can give you the resources or whatever to do it on your own. I've got a guide here. Hopefully it's actually posted in there in a string. There's a string here about all the tools you can use yourself and the videos that how you can do it yourself. It doesn't cost anything. Just jump in there and get started. Obviously, if you're in trouble and you believe in your idea and you have some capital, you'd like to have professional help, our listing over at the marketplace is, whatever you guys call your operation, something X, that is what JC was telling me. What do you remember what that it was that she came up with or you came up with?
Not really. I don't really remember.
Oh yeah, it's somebody, whatever the joint ventures. We could have that listed, or we could have
joint venture. Transcendence X. Yeah. It's just a startup. So for something totally different. It's for.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not for AI automation. It's for scientific purposes for organoid intelligence.
Oh yeah, right. Well, that could be a different. We could talk about how that's a merchant we put in there. That's a different merchant or whatever. We could. Now the pro agent builder hopefully would be a place we could collect people similar to you who like to debate about what they're doing and how they're doing it or whatever to make it more effective. Or it could just be about your business and its growth. The other thing is I just recently watched a documentary on Elon Musk's journey with PayPal and how he had his X.com company and he had to give up that name for the PayPal name and his journey. Did you hear about his affiliate program that he offered the eBay people?
No. I only went through the, I know the PayPal story, and the funny thing is that most of the people that built PayPal are billionaires right now. So he was also at the right point and at the right time. Because, for example, one of the founders is now a LinkedIn founder, right? Like one of the co-founders of PayPal is the LinkedIn founder. But no, I haven't heard about the eBay.
That funder that funded him also funded a startup competition to him. Okay. And he also funded PayPal. So when Elon Musk got, not PayPal, eBay, he funded eBay as well. So when Elon Musk was trying to get eBay off the ground, get PayPal off the ground, he got this deal with PayPal, eBay rather. And so when you buy stuff on eBay, you could pay for it with PayPal as opposed to your credit card. So it was like an alternative merchant. And so that gave him a bunch of business. The problem is he made a multi-generation affiliate program for every merchant in there that referred any other merchant to use PayPal. And so what happened is merchants would see other merchants using PayPal, and right there would be a little affiliate link if you're a merchant and you want to use PayPal. So they put that on their own product listings. And so people would click on it. Merchants would see, you go on and say, oh, I see a guy selling umbrellas. I want to sell automobile parts or something. And I'd go look at umbrellas and I'd see I could pay with PayPal. And right underneath there, it'd say merchant PayPal, whatever. And they'd click on it. And they would get into a pitch on why they should use PayPal instead of using any, American Express or Visa card or bank or whatever. And so that was so viral, it grew to be 80% of PayPal's total transactions. Well, PayPal looked at how much money, 80% of eBay's transactions. I can't believe I can't keep it straight. So 80% of eBay merchants were using PayPal. So eBay goes, wait a minute, PayPal's making as much money off of our platform as we're netting running our whole damn business. So they copied PayPal and made their own they made their own PayPal competitor. And they turned around to their merchants and they said, we will give this to you free. So instead of having to pay a merchant fee, you can use our PayPal equivalent. I can't remember what it's called, our payment platform, and you can have it free. And the PayPal people wouldn't switch over. And they couldn't figure out why all their merchants were paying for PayPal and they're providing the exact same service for nothing. And they still wouldn't switch and they wouldn't use eBay's payment gateway. And so this became a fight. And the venture capitalist was funding both sides of this. So, so it grew to the point that their competitor, which was literally down the hall, struck a deal with eBay to provide their back-end payment gateway. And now, for sure, everybody was going to switch over. It was PayPal's biggest competitor, and they were going to get it free. It was all going to be paid for by eBay. And so obviously everybody was going to switch to their competitor, and they still would not switch, which is how in the end eBay won and bought the company down the hall that their venture capitalist was funding. They bought them out and eBay won, and that's what made the wealthy out of it. And I was just amazed to find the story, and I got very much inspired by it, because the application in our discussion here is you might find that the affiliate revenue we can create on a multi-generation basis, which is what Elon Musk did with PayPal, is the merchants in eBay were making more money off of the affiliate revenue from PayPal than they were making selling their umbrellas or whatever it is they were selling. They're making more money from all the other merchants because they had a percentage take out of all their volume. And so being an early affiliate in our marketplace could create a similar formula where you don't want to go anywhere else because you're making more money off of that. So hopefully we're driving business and driving revenue. But when you build a company and you're driving revenue and you're driving your marketing and you're driving more customers, you sometimes don't think about the fact that the curse comes when you get them. The curse comes when you've got to fulfill, right? And so to use the umbrella, you want to sell umbrellas, but then when so many people are buying umbrellas, you got to buy them, fulfill them, ship them, whatever you got to do. The curse is now everybody wants your umbrellas. And what the umbrella guys figured out is when they were making money off of the PayPal transactions, they didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to do any fulfillment. And so they use their umbrella traffic to get a piece of the action of all the other merchants. And that's kind of the concept of the marketplace, being an early market leader in there. How to find a minimum viable product, minimum investment, minimum amount to start kicking off some cash flow that could be mutually beneficial to us. My guess is if your involvement with us means cash flow to you that you're looking for, then I don't have to worry about whether your attention is being paid to what we're doing together, right? It's going to be automatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the question, is what is that minimum viable product combined with your skill set and what you can automatically you can say, I can deliver on this part real quick. It'll catch, that's some cash flow. Let's jump on that. The three things I think of is help us with the genealogy, and so you're benefiting by people start coming aboard. We haven't sent out those 13 emails yet, so we haven't started that yet. So where you could benefit from that. The other thing that comes to mind is if you're in our marketplace, we could bring you business. But more importantly, if you started a pro channel where it not only brings you business, but you start being able to refer other pro agent builders, you start being able to get money off of other merchants in the system, then that would be a residual base where you don't have to do the fulfillment. So those are the three things that come to mind, and what to build and what to start with. I think we could do very little. We could do a channel simply both for the pro builders channel and for the marketplace, and just a couple sample merchants, maybe one, yourself being one, in the merchant marketplace. And in the pro channel, you could be the first pro in there, giving advice or whatever. How we can build it so you can use it with your customers to come to our place. If your customers come to our place to find out more about how to do the free stuff you're offering them, the training or whatever, then hopefully while they're there, they go, oh, I want in the marketplace, or I can refer people, or they can be umbrella sellers, so to speak. Those are the three things that come to mind. I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes and say, if I was in your place, what do you want? How can I help you? And at the same time benefit, because I want to swap being a value to you being a value to us.
Sure, absolutely. I think we can, like, just because GC is like calling me and saying that we have like another call, I guess. So we can, like, I send you over my email. I'll also send you over my email on WhatsApp because I have your WhatsApp, and we can continue this conversation. We can like share some ideas and just schedule another call. You can also call me at any time, and I can also think about the strategy. I'll send you over the notes and some comprehensive strategy on what we can do. And let's start doing it. I mean, let's execute this. And I totally feel okay with everything that you said. The only thing is that I just need to go now because they are like rushing me to go. So
yeah, I don't know if you have any problems with my email. It's not only my name, donashlock@gmail.com, but also you've also got direct messaging me. You're in the community now, so
yeah.
You can direct message me on Discord as well.
Okay.
Sounds great,
Cool.
Jeremy. Fun. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.